Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. I'm once again happy that it's Friday. I think it's not just about getting this stuff in people's inboxes in time for a dry martini, Andrew, but it's also that you and I can recognize, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday indeed. Friday's a wonderful day.
Oh, love it.
Well, listen. This week, shall we start with something a little bit highbrow? I've got a quote from Lenin, no less, that sprang to mind. Lenin famously
Yeah.
said, "Do you know this quote?" He said, "There are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen."
Um, Andrew, in my line of work, in my current job that I've been in for 6 years,
You seldom need more than this.
well, no, that was a previous job, Andrew. We don't talk about that. Neither do the animals, by the way. But I would suggest that in my current line of work, I feel exactly the same way. Every day can feel like a week, and every week feels like a month.
Well, I bring up the quote because this feels like a week where nothing much has happened in the world of prodigalness.
It's been a bit dry, I'm with you.
We must apologise to our two viewers because we were not here last week, and simply because we had nothing to talk about. No other reason than that. We were around, but we just couldn't. This week we've got a couple of things to talk about.
And
The other apology I have to make to the viewers is if I'm looking a little dishevelled, which is, I think, what you were alluding to before we pressed record.
no, I wasn't alluding. I was flat out stating it.
If I look a little dishevelled, it's because I've had very little sleep, but it's not because I've been partying, as you were implying.
Mm.
I am dog sitting. I am dog sitting, and the fucking dog kept me up all night.
But wanting what, Andrew? Affection, attention, food, crap, pee?
No, it barks at every noise. It
Oh,
jumps on the
God.
bed. It jumps off the bed. It's just, who would have a dog? I don't understand.
It's why we have 4 cats, dude. Not a problem in the world.
I can't condone cats either, but there you go. Anyway, that's why I looked
Didn't have
dishevelled.
one.
No, there's no exciting story, unfortunately.
Okay. Andrew, you've got a first item which caught me by surprise. I was like, why the fuck are we covering this? And I really want to hear why you put it on the agenda.
Let's get into it.
Let's
Let's
do
get
it.
into it. Okay, so the first item I want to talk about was this. I opened my FT on, I think it was Monday, it was the beginning of the week anyway, and interspersed with the important financial and capital markets news that I was reading were adverts for Snap's new specs. And the FT themselves actually covered it. I don't know whether they covered it because of the adverts, but anyway, there you go. So Snap this week launched a pair of smart glasses.
Yeah.
Just look at them. And I want to
Sorry, are you going to add something to that? Because I'm looking at them, and I think my reaction may be very different from yours, but go ahead.
Well, tell me what you think. I mean, presumably, I always forget when I speak to you, you are a bit of a technological Luddite, aren't you? Do you know what smart specs are? Do you know what they do?
Yes, I know what smart specs are, which is why I hate them with a passion. There ain't nothing smart about them.
Why do you hate them?
Andrew, do we not find the current tech load to be intrusive enough that we don't have to go around with freaking specs feeding us crap as we're trying to have a conversation with somebody before finding out what their star sign is and whether they like dry martinis or wet martinis? I mean, what's the fucking point? Can't we just live life without yet another interface getting in the way, particularly a set of horrible freaking specs like this with, I would say, just really highly unattractive subject? I mean, I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah.
I love technology, as you know. I've got laptop, I've got iPad, I've got phone, I've got Apple Watch, I've got CarPlay, and I love tech.
You should get a chicken planted.
But so what I'm about to say may surprise you. I actually agree. So I think this whole smart glasses thing is insane. Like, I don't understand what is going on. This is tech bros building stuff. No one asked for this.
No.
No one. No one wants to strap a computer to their face.
And Andrew, we're not talking Steve Jobs levels of nobody asked for this and yet look what he delivered, as you just told me with your ecosystem. We're talking about nobody asked for and we don't fucking want it.
Yeah, so that's a really good point you just made, and I actually made this on Blue Sky yesterday. Jobs famously used to say, the customer doesn't know what they want until we show it to them, and I think there is truth to that. I'm not for a second suggesting we should only make products that people ask for, because you've only got to look at Brexit to know that the people are not to be trusted with decisions. But no one wants, no one wants this. And what I don't understand about Snap is they've made, Meta make a pair, they make a bunch of them. These actually, they've got a partnership with Ray-Ban, and I think with Oakley as well. And so Meta's products are still hideous, but there's a vague sense that they look like something that you recognize as regular spectacles because they're based on Oakley and
I get you.
These are even thicker, even uglier. And I just don't, apart from the fact that I don't think people want to strap something to their face, more importantly, no one wants to interact with someone who has something strapped to their face. There's no way, right?
But Andrew, hold on. You put your finger on something. Only a tech pro who is sociopathic or antisocial and has no understanding of human behavior would state a great way to interact with people is I can layer up some shit on top of them. So you raise a wonderful point. The whole exchange in interacting with one another is an element of transparency and vulnerability and openness. And if I'm clocking data as I'm looking at you, am I really looking at you? What's the fucking
yes? So you've got data overlaid on the real world, and of course they try not to make too much of it, but of course there are cameras embedded in these things.
Yeah,
as well, Meta spectacles.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, supposedly there's a light that comes on if you are using the camera. But there's plenty of, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes on YouTube to show you how you can disable that.
Yeah.
I just think this is just the most awful product, and I just can't believe that anyone's ever going to make a success of it. But lots of rumors, of course, that Apple have got something in the lab along these lines. And look, they couldn't make the Vision Pro work. I don't think spectacles are going to work either. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I just think that this is a step too far. It's insane.
Look, Andrew, and you and I haven't even talked about the slightly over $2,000 that this puppy's going to run. Look, if we take a step back from all this, and I liked how you gave me and the two viewers context. So, you're deeply embedded into a full Apple ecosystem. You're happy to use different devices for different functions, all this kind of good stuff. But at the end of the day, I would argue the trend now is not for wearable tech. The trend now is actually anti-tech. It's not just that they're looking for something that could replace you craning your neck over and adopting an orangutan pose to look at your phone, which I think is bad enough. It's how to get off your fucking phone and start doing things, get ready for it, in the real world where real people live. And we just want some genuine exchange without somebody clocking data, feeding data, absorbing data information. Give me a rest. We've got to give our brains a rest at some point, man. And this is so mistimed, I don't even know what to say.
You and I have had big arguments about this because I think fundamentally you misunderstand how an Apple Watch can be used. But I actually think you have just made, whether you realize it or not, you've just made the argument for the Apple Watch in that it's a device that, if you choose to use it in this way, allows you to leave your phone at home and go out into the world and actually do something useful with your time.
Yeah,
it's actually it's anti-tech in that way.
Yeah,
depends how you set it up. Of course, some people have notifications beeping every 5 seconds, which is insane.
Yeah.
But if you choose to use it as a way of leaving the phone at home while still being connected in a minimum way, it can be very useful.
Andrew, I'd say two things to that. The idea of selling me tech to go anti-tech or to manage my tech overload is sadistic in the extreme, and it's also stupid. If I want to be without my tech, here's a novel freaking idea: leave your goddamn phone at home or get a dumb phone. Yeah, I mean, it's not complicated.
There's also another element here, of course,
Yes.
which is so I'm a big fan of tech and I'm a huge fan of AI, but it's undeniable that there is an enormous backlash against AI swelling up at the moment.
Absolutely, 100%.
People are sick to death of it, infiltrating almost every aspect of our life. And so this just feels like the wrong product at the wrong time. I mean, look.
I mean, Andrew,
that's the CEO of Snap, Evan Spiegel. Look at the state of it.
Here, guess what? Good for him. I'm sure he's highly successful in a number of respects and worth a lot more than you and I will ever earn in many lifetimes. But he looks like a dick. So
of course he does. Of course he does. No one wants this product, and no one wants to look like that. I leave
even
the Verge.
The dog agrees, Andrew.
The Verge said it best. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Give me a break. Of course not.
Anyway, okay.
Right.
Yes, you're right. Apologies. You can hear my dog snapping in the background. My dog, the dog I am dog sitting.
Yes, indeed.
You know why? Because he does this regularly. He's gone downstairs, and now he's whining because he can't get back upstairs.
Oh, he's trapped. The stairs are too much of a challenge for the dog. Here, look, I have a novel idea. Buy the Snap glasses, give them to the freaking dog, and he can navigate the staircase. How about that?
He agrees. Right. Let's move on to an item that you put on the agenda.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why.
I'll listen, Andrew. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, I've got a little.
Yeah. Oh, you have a little sizing issue there. And then there's some handsome dude next to him, and I don't think that's the link I sent you. But ooh.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right. Look, Andrew. Remember a couple of episodes back, you had said
good. I'm glad you opened with that because I was going to say to you, I think you've misunderstood the premise of this show. We're supposed to talk about the week's news.
Yes.
So, as far as I know, nothing new about this watch, and we've already covered it 2 weeks ago.
Aha, but we haven't. So,
Aha.
a couple of things. Listen, first of all, Andrew, this is a dry week, man. I mean, it's hot as hell outside, and it's even drier from a Prodigal news flow front. So I thought I'd bring back something because you raised the 42 mil version of this bad boy a couple of episodes back. And I was just distinctly unimpressed. And I think one of the things that you and I wrestled with again is, guys, the large.
I have it here to refresh people's memory.
All right. And, look at that thing. A guy doesn't have a small wrist, and look at how big it looks on that. And I just said to you, really, are we still really doing this? We're still faffing around with 42 mil and all the rest of it.
I love it. Anyway, yes, go on.
All right. But the reason I brought this back is, hey, good news, guys. We can correct the dispute by simply buying the 39 mil version of the Longines Legend Diver. And that's a pretty package indeed. Again, I don't know what that model's doing there. But the rest of it is handsome enough. And all I can say is kudos to them. And we could find common ground despite an initial dispute. That's how I wanted to bring it back. I thought there is a way to actually get a decent Legend Diver. It's just 39 mils. Simple.
Yeah, but then you lose all of the funky, cool sort of faux vintage patina.
No. What you gain is actually a proportional timepiece. So it's a bit like saying to me, well, I get extra trim on one car versus I just get the elegant shape on the other. Give me the good, brilliant basics every time.
It's funny. Like, I'm not that hung up on the size. I agree with you. It's a little bit too large, but I'm not that bothered. But I think this is a good illustration of how just little tiny details can make all the difference. Because whereas I find this very attractive, this just looks cheap and uninteresting to me, and I wouldn't look at it twice. You're right. Ostensibly, it's the same watch, and yet
look, Andrew. Let's also be fair to what we're showing here in the main pic. The dark blue with the dark blue strap is not really the way to go. Yeah,
tell me which version you want.
That's not that bracelet is a bit crap. But hey, listen, Andrew, by the way, speaking of details that pop up from time to time, just love the way your dog is providing the background soundtrack that
He's not my dog, and I'm as bothered. Listen, you've only got to put up with this for half an hour. I've got to live with this guy. It's infuriating.
You fool! You should have never taken that mutt into the household.
I know that. Believe me, I know.
All right. So,
yes. Anyway. So you're saying you don't like the dial and you don't like the bracelet. So What do you like about this?
But the brown strap just to the go back on the left, before the end. There you go. Is that
broken their website because I?
Oh,
hey, I tell you what.
There you go.
We just caught a glimpse of something quite nice there for a second.
Come on, that's an honest, great piece. It's got
that's nice, isn't it?
It's a bit difficult to work with. I don't know. I think you're going to wrestle a lot with that kind of a salmon-colored dial. But there you go. Black on brown, classic as all hell, under 3 grand, 39 mils, go, Longines.
I disagree entirely. I would much rather have this. Now, Eric.
Wow, that's really intellectual of you. Did you stay up at night with your talking points?
This is the perfect segue into the next item. Indeed, our final item this week. It's a thin week. We disagree.
Yes.
I have opinions about this model that I prefer, and you have opinions about this.
Yes.
Where would be the best place for us to resolve this argument? I have built the solution.
Oh my God, what a segue. Actually, Andrew, that was pretty smooth of you. Well done, my little marketing maestro.
Yes. Now, let me show you. So some background.
Yeah.
Many years ago, like over a decade ago, when you and I were still writing the Prodigal Guide regularly, I had this concept for an app because I'm old enough to remember in the heady days of the early internet, there was a website called hotornot.com. And I'm going to sound like a terrible... Actually, I was going to say I'm going to sound like a terrible sexist, but I don't think that's true because I think there were male and female versions of this. So both sexes were equally objectified. Oh, and the concept of the site was you would go and it would serve up a photo of someone and you would go left or right depending on whether or not you thought they were hot. Hours of fun. And I had this idea of why not take that idea and build an app around it for watchers. But of course, I'd never get around to building it. I can't code. But thanks to the wonderful advances of technology and AI, I have now built this app. And I just want to show it to our viewers.
Good for you, man. I'm very proud of you.
Seriously, I think this is super cool.
Okay.
So let me show you this app. It's called the Watch League. Here it is.
It's not the League of Gentlemen, is it? No?
It's called the Watch League. Only available on iOS. It'll run on your phone, on your tablet, on your Mac if you want to, but really it works best on the phone.
And you kick off with Grand Seiko. Oh, I'm a fan already.
It's no coincidence. Yes, I thought you'd be into that. So this is the main page that you see when you first open the app.
Yeah.
And it's super simple. We call this the Curate tab. It's the home page, effectively. You get served up one of random watch. There are about 1,500 watches in the database at the moment, and it's growing all the time.
Excellent.
And you are asked to swipe left if you don't like it, right if you do. Whoops.
Oh,
there you go. And then you get served up the next one, and it's never ending. This is like crack cocaine to watch nerds like us. You vote on one, and it serves you up another. That's the basic premise, but of course, there's a bit more functionality to it than that. So, look, this is a Patek Philippe chronograph. I love it, so I'm going to swipe right, thumbs up, and then you'll notice this thing pops up, tells me where it is in terms of the position of the league, and it says, "Tell us why." And so you get the opportunity.
You can actually say something.
To say why you voted it up or down. Okay. Admit it. My wisdom has been noted. Okay. You can then, by the way, share it with your network. I won't bother with that, but it's got all sorts of social sharing functionality built in.
Got it.
So that's the fundamental basic functionality, right? But as a result of enough people doing that, it allows us to build a whole variety of things. So, for example, you can browse the entire league. So the Watch League itself is the top 100 watches rated by popularity. And it's constantly changing because people are voting and so on. But here's the current state. But then, of course, there are sub leagues as well. So you've got what we call the Major League, Horology. That's a mistake. The Explorer doesn't belong there, but the Pateks certainly do. And things like I don't know, the sports league is as you'd expect, it's sports watches and they're all rated, etc. And of course, you can dig into these. Eventually, you come to each watcher's landing page.
Yeah.
So you get all the photos. Some people, can suggest and upload photos. You get the number of votes, up or down. You get a score. You get a position in the league. This I find really interesting. It's a graph of the score history of the watch. So in other words, it's tracking in real time the popularity of that watch.
Got it.
Not price. We didn't get involved in price because you can go to Chrono24 for that.
We agree.
But this is all about what do real watch nerds think about this model. Mm-hmm. Gives you some basic specifications. There are embedded links. So if you're interested in that particular watch, you can go and watch YouTube videos on that watch or find it on Chrono24. Those are all smart links, so they're specific to the watch at hand. And of course, all of the comments and so on the watch. You can search any watch in the database. It's all there.
Oh, this is great stuff, Andrew.
And this is the Discuss tab, which is basically like a social feed, but just purely devoted to watches. So anyone, people's latest comments are here. And a bit like you can vote on the watch, I like the watch, I don't like the watch, you can agree or disagree with other people's comments. So this is my test account. So I've just seen a comment from myself. I can disagree with myself. And again, I can say why, right?
Okay.
So anyway, so that's the general principle. You have the ability to sort of to look up other members, people on the app that you want to find. You can do things like look up the top watch nerds, i.e. the people who are voting the most at the moment.
Look, it's Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus is a fanatic.
He totally is. 1100 is pretty good.
And of course, if perchance you're looking for a watch and you don't find it, you can nominate it. If it's not already in the league, you can put it in there. Fantastic. So that is an app that I have built for watch nerds like us to debate these things. The home of watch nerds is now available to all. It's in the Apple App Store. Please, I would love it if our 4 viewers could download it, give it a try, and let us know what they think.
Hey, listen, amen, Andrew. All the more power to you. Really well done. You can be very proud of that. I think it's brilliant. I would never have the time or the patience or inclination to do it. So I think it's awesome that you did.
It's incredible what you can do, and it's genuinely a really nice experience. Like, it's quite addictive, just the swiping gestures and so on.
Oh yeah, well yes, because God knows people like swiping nowadays. Yes, if we can just get them off the phone, they can do something else. Well, Andrew,
I've just had a thought.
Yes.
Let's see if you're on the Watch League, shall we?
Oh God.
Oh, there you are.
Yay!
Now, you have 5 followers.
Yeah.
And this is your voting history. So, this is where you get to really know the measure of a man.
I'm surprised at my voting history. I'm amazed that there are that many votes. Wait a second. I didn't vote on that many goddamn watches. There's something amiss with your bloody thing.
No. I can tell this is you because you only vote up tats like Seiko. You haven't nominated any watches and you haven't favorited any watches, but you have done some following. But if I may say so, not for a while. It's been over a month. So.
Oh shit! I fully endorse everybody else participating heavily and actively in Andrew's app. Please use Andrew's app. That's great, man. But what a wonderful way to end, because we're talking, we started out with this whole smart glasses and heavy tech and things that we find to be way too intrusive. I think what's lovely is just this very streamlined, easy manner in which folk can say, hey, look, we have an opinion, we like certain things in the world of watches. What do others feel about us? I mean, on a personal note, Andrew, I use a lot of my Instagram feed to post, obviously, photographs of my watches and connect with other collectors and other folk. And I do hi-fi as well as some other stuff, but it's mostly watches. And I think that given how reduced or minimal the interaction is, they like, and if you're lucky, they leave a comment, there's a form of exchange. What I like about the app that you've built is there's lots of different ways in which you can, if you want to, interact with other people. You've got lots of, different levels which I think is helpful. Some people just want to go, I like, I don't like, that's it. I'm not interested in anything else. And others will go, no, hold on. I want to see what he said or she said about this and why. So good on you.
I've found it a really good way of so you know this behavior that we all have as watch nerds, I think, where you sort of, no matter how confident you claim you are in your opinions, you want validation from the crowd. So it's whenever you're interested in buying a watch, or in some cases when you've already bought it, you'll then go on YouTube to watch video reviews of it to have some stranger tell you that you made the right decision.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what I found is it's really I really like the favorites functionality on the app, because I keep a list of the watches that I actually care about. Either I own, or I'm thinking about buying, or I'd like to buy one day, or they're my grail watches, whatever it may be. And so that's a lovely shortcut list to go in and see, to chart popularity, and see if anyone's commented on it and so on.
It's fun. It's great fun.
Yeah,
And
so I'm really enjoying it. There aren't many members at all at the moment. I think there are 20, maybe 30 at the most. But we haven't, properly launched it. I guess this is the first time we've talked about it publicly beyond a couple of social media posts.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if it chimes with people. I hope it does.
Yeah, I hope so too. And again, Andrew, really,
as I said to my youngest son, even if it's just the two of us on the app, I don't care. It's so much fun. If no one else joins.
Andrew, to be fair, we have the same approach to the Prodigal Persiflage. It's the same goddamn thing. If there's 0 people watching,
no one tunes in, we don't care.
We're shooting the shits. We're having fun. All right, man.
Have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us, folks. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, there'll be some news to discuss next week.
Fingers crossed. Come on, guys, get pumping.
All the best. Take care.